G'day guys, how you going? I'm going to be doing a review this evening. Now this review I uploaded a few minutes ago, but for some reason I just really didn't like the way it came out, so I thought I'd do it again. So hopefully I do a better job this time. This review is of an American Hollywood horror film. Now I know I don't like that sort of stuff, but every now and then one does jump out to me and give me a surprise, so hopefully this one was the case. I heard a lot of hype surrounding it, so I thought it was worth seeing. So I just got back from the cinema, so while it's fresh in the memory, I'm going to be doing a review. This was released in the year 2011, directed by Drew Goddard, and this film is called Cabin in the Woods. And the story to Cabin in the Woods is as follows. I'm going to read it off IMDb, the synopsis, and then I'm going to give you my own brief rundown. And it's very easy to spoil this film, so I'm going to give a very vague description. So basically the story is as follows. 5 friends go for a break at a remote cabin in the woods, where they get more than they bargained for. Together, they must discover the truth behind this cabin. So basically, 5 friends, they're young uni students. They're going to a remote cabin in the wilderness for the weekend. One of the characters' cousins owns this cabin, and it seems to be an ideal place to let loose and have some fun. So the 5 friends, they get to this cabin. They're starting to have fun, but then they realize their lives are in grave danger, and there is a lot more than just simply put in danger. It goes into a very complicated mixture of insanity and comedy. So what they're in for is nothing like they would ever expected, and their weekend of fun turns into a weekend of carnage. So if you want to know how this one unfolds, please go out there and see this movie for yourself. Now my thoughts on this film. This one has had a very divided opinion. Some people really liked it, some people really hated it, and I didn't know what boat I was going to be in. And after seeing this film, I'm in neither. I didn't love it, I didn't hate it. I thought it was good because of the fact it's very creative. Stays away from the typical American remake these days, where they've got no creativity, nothing is new, and in a very tired genre in Hollywood, this one does break free of the routine. It is a movie that pays homage to classic horror films such as Evil Dead, so if you like that movie, you can see where this director has come from. He has a great respect for the older American horror. So yeah, there's little homages here and there, but having said that, while he pays tribute to those horror movies, it is very much a horror movie of its own. As the movie progresses, more and more becomes out in the open. Now, my problem with it was that it got a little bit silly at the end. I thought the wheels kind of fell off, and he was really struggling for material to end the film. Having said that, fortunately, the light-hearted approach to the movie avoids becoming a complete disaster, because what happens at the end, although it's so far over the top, that's the overall mood that the film is generating. Now, it's a very funny movie. I thought the script was actually well written. Some of the jokes were gutter humor, but I like that sort of stuff. You know, you can't take yourself seriously all the time. So this is going to appeal to a broader audience, and that's something that I thought the director was doing deliberately. It kind of felt like this movie was making fun of itself, and in that regard, I actually liked what it was doing. It was making fun of its own people, the Hollywood people, and basically telling you the stereotypes in each horror, and they kind of turn that on its head. Some of the twists that I thought were coming, I thought I knew it was going to come, but it doesn't. And it's the same with the music. A lot of the time in Hollywood horror, I criticize the way that the music dictates whether or not you should be scared. Whereas this film, it's kind of dictating you something into a false belief. You think something's going to happen, but it doesn't. So it keeps you on the edge of your seat from the beginning. And although it's not a serious horror movie, it does have its spooky scenes, but they are few and far between. It really is a film that you could watch on a Friday night with a group of friends around some popcorn. For the fact that it doesn't take itself seriously, I'm going to give it a fairly decent score. I'm going to give it 3 out of 5. Thought the acting was okay. It was very over the top. I thought the acting was decent for the actual story. The gore was very good. It was a very gory film. The special effects were done very, very well. I was very impressed with that. It's very easy to make CGI look ridiculous, but fortunately in this case, the actual director made it look fairly decent. But as I said, the first half was a little bit slow. Now, I actually thought it was a little bit boring as well, and it was a little bit pointless. But it was setting up to an insane second half. Now, the second half, the insanity comes out of nowhere, and I feel that the last 10-15 minutes, while it was very funny, it completely lost sort of the way it was going, and it just wanted to create as much gore as possible, and to provide a very thrilling finale. But as it came across, I just thought it was getting a little bit too silly. The director was really losing grip on what he wanted, but fortunately it ends before the second half, completely overrides what the overall movie was all about. So it is a movie with a little bit of intelligence. You wouldn't think that coming into the film, but it will make you think and it will make you smile as well. So it's not disturbing. It is very gory. It's very disgusting in some parts, but it is, it is a lot of fun. And although it's not the perfect movie, I'm still saying I'm going to recommend it. I'm going to give it 3 out of 5. If you've heard about it and you're thinking whether or not you should or shouldn't, I would say give it a shot. But I'm not saying that you'll necessarily like it. So that's my review for Cabin in the Woods. Very different. It had some good humor, good gore, but I just thought in the end it was nothing but a fun film. And I've got no problem with that. I know in the past, my past video, some people have had a shot at me for saying that light-hearted horror is not real horror. I would suggest to these people that they take a look at themselves and look at the video properly, and you'll see what I mean, because I can't make it any clearer, to be honest. Yeah, horror fans will like this one. If you're a fan of the light-hearted horror comedy, then definitely give this one a shot. It does have its flaws, but fortunately it does have positives. So that's my review for this evening. Until next time, keep watching movies, and I'll see you later. Bye.